Good day, my name is Mark Mellor. I'm an attorney here in Riverside, California. I've got a lot of clients that are interested in opening up a corporate entity or a limited liability company in Palm Desert. And so I wanted to talk with you briefly about some considerations you need to make before you meet with an attorney or consider opening up a separate entity to conduct your business. The first thing that you need to think about is discussing with a certified public accountant. If you don't have one, I can refer you to one. But you need to talk with somebody in that line of work that can give you the tax consequences for the particular business that you're in line. And so I mean that in a couple of different respects. The first is, when we look at starting a corporation, we need to analyze whether we're going to file as a C corporation or an S corporation and seek that status with the IRS. What does that mean? Well, as an S corporation, you're restricted in terms of number of shareholders, and you're also restricted in the type of shareholders you can have. Unlike a C corporation, you can't have corporate shareholders, meaning they have to be individuals or, with certain exceptions, trusts and so forth. In that respect, those are the restrictions in terms of S corporation status. But S corporation has one advantage that C corporation doesn't have, and that is it's taxed like a partnership, meaning that the income flows through to the corporate entity and then flows directly through on a 1040 Schedule K to the owner or shareholder of the corporate entity. C corporation is taxed twice. In other words, the corporation is taxed at the corporate level, and then that income is devolved or disseminated to the shareholders, and then the shareholders are taxed on the income they received or derived from the corporation. So it's a double taxation, if you will. You might ask, why would anybody choose a C corporation? And the reason is, in certain ventures, C corporation has certain deductions that an S corporation doesn't have, or if the shareholders are going to be corporate entities, then you can only use a C corporation as opposed to S corporation. So this is why it's important to understand the type of business you're in and the tax ramifications for that. And finally, there's certain clients that I have that are involved in particular types of businesses that are recommended by their certified public accountants not to use a corporate entity at all, but rather a limited liability company. In establishing a limited liability company, there's certain tax benefits with respect to perhaps real estate. And so my real estate investor clients many times will start a limited liability company to protect their real estate assets, and in doing so they attain certain deductions that are unavailable to them in a corporate setting. So you want to talk with your certified public accountant, decide what's going to be best for you, and then you can feel free to come into my office and contact me so we can set that up for you in your particular situation that's going to maximize your tax benefits.